after his sister, now it must have been Allie's grandma.
Here,
I
just
can
leave it on
remember
here.
just like it was yesterday. She walked up, casket looked at it, and she says, Myron, you son of a bitch, you never look so good. Right at the funeral home, and just so everybody heard it.
Didn't
Some people laughed, some people took offense to it.
well, didn't Baba have some kind of like locked casket for
Yeah.
him or something?
I don't know.
Yep.
But anyway, yeah.
She didn't want the old
Anyway,
man to come
to
back.
finish the story, we were pallbearers, Allie and me and Mike and
Ronnie.
Ronnie, and I can't remember all of them. But we were on M50. The cemetery was on that road. Well, when we come up, and this is no bullshit, when we come up to his property line, the procession, the
Probably
Hearse?
the hearse, it quit running. And they fought the guys got out and they fought with that son of a bitch to get it going. They get it going a little bit and they go just a little bit and they die again. And this went on all in front of his property. When they got the other side of his property line, it started up and run like $1 million. And my grandmother would have been his granddaughter.
Right.
Put him in a locked casket.
That would have been his daughter.
She said, "You son of a bitch, you ain't never gonna get out of here." Oh, he was mean. Oh, well, we lived with him for a while, and you did what he did, or he kicked. He literally kicked the shit out of you. And when you sit down to eat, nobody touched nothing until he had his plate fixed. No, we had to just sit there. And Grandma did too. Everybody sat there until Grandpa had his plate fixed. When he had his plate fixed, then everybody else go ahead and eat. But he had he had what they call a sugar bush, maple farm, and I don't know how many acres it was, but a big one, because we used to help him, or my dad too, haul in the sap and so forth and boil it down. That was a fun thing for us kids to do. But anyway, you'd take it down, he'd boil it down so far, then we'd have to haul it to the house, and Grandma would cook on a wood-fired stove. And she'd cook on that down. She'd cook it down until she made candy out of it. And then we couldn't wait to get the candy, because it was maple candy. Oh, good.
Well, they would do the candy with the leftovers,
Oh, yeah.
but they would be making syrup otherwise.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw a map that had his property, a big old square, and it had like a woods with a stream running through it at the north side of it.
But we had, and they heated with wood. That's all they had to heat. And Mike and I we had so much wood, we get home from school, we had so much wood, we had to crosscut saw. We had to cut it and pile it into they had a room on next to the house. I don't know what you call it. Today you might have called it a pantry, but it was a room. It was nothing there. We had to have it so full of wood every night, and it didn't matter. There was no supper until then.
Well, it's what you used to cook with, so.
But he got on a kick he wanted pancakes. And I think we ate pancakes every night for a month or a month and a half. Because that's what Grandpa wanted. And what Grandpa wanted, Grandpa got.
So how old were you at the time?
But there's a few times that, for some reason or other, I'd tee him off, I'd piss him off, and he'd grab me by the hair of the head, and he'd drag me right across the goddamn house. right by the hair of the head. He just grabbed it. Boy, you're coming with me, boy.
Tell him
Any
about,
more, they'd have him in jail.
tell him about the shoes.
Oh, yeah. Had to have a pair of shoes. I was going to school. My shoes, I didn't have any shoes. Had to have a pair of shoes. Well, Dad wasn't making enough money to do anything. Grandpa says, I'll take care of the boy. So we went to an old store in a little town called Ray. And says, I need a pair of shoes for the boy. So we went up in the attic of the store. And he found me a pair of old button shoes. And I wore button shoes. And I was so embarrassed to go to school with them damn button shoes. I used to turn around, pull my pant legs down over them, see the buttons there. And I had my button hook I carried in my pocket. Because I know I'd be harassed until hell froze over if there were other kids see me with me in button shoes.
Grandpa McKay was the station manager at in Ray. Because I remember seeing that, but that town doesn't exist anymore.
That was Grandpa McKay.
Yeah.
Was
Bob's first husband.
Yeah. He died of thyroid.
I could look it up, but he's the one in the picture over here.
But he got, where he died, his neck was like this.
Ooh.
He swallowed it out. Of course, he couldn't treat it. You know, Mom's got thyroid. She treats it every day. I don't know if you kids ever had any occasion to have any thyroid problem.
Dina did.
Did she?
She had some gland taken out or something, I remember.
Has nothing to do with me.
No.
But anyway.
I hope not.
I have.
But see, we didn't have a place to live, and we had to live with Grandpa. Oh. And then another story, long gone stories of Grandpa Rankin. Well, Ron lived with him, was his grandson, and he was, 10 years older than me, so he was quite a bit older. And they did farming, you know. Grandpa was farming with horses. Well, Ron went and he bought a tractor. And I don't know what brand it was or anything. I think it was a Farmall. And so he said, Grandpa, I'll teach you how to run this and you won't have to deal with the horses. I'll learn myself. I don't need no damn kid telling me how to run this machine. Okie dokie. So he did, and he further around, he tore out a few fence rows because he couldn't turn it, and, you know, a few incidental things like
Right.
that. Well, he brought it home, back to the house one night, and there was an old garage, and if you remember, I don't know if you do or not, the old garages and so forth had doors on them, they were on a steel track.
Yeah.
Okay, those steel tracks had like a flare on to keep the weather out of the track and rollers and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Grandpa Rankin, when he drove something, he set up like this, you know. Well, he put that damn tractor in, and that door overhang track guard hit him right here. Scalped him. I mean, it just rolled the hide like that. Blood running down his face and everything. Well, we got him in the house. He's bitching all the way, but we got him in the house. And Grandma was in there. And Grandma set him down in a chair, got a needle thread out, and sewed him up. And no anesthesia, nothing. She sat there and with white sewing thread and a needle, and sewed his scalp up, and he sat there and never squalled or bitched or nothing. Sew that up, woman.
Stubborn.
Oh my God. That was a little bit of what Grandpa was like. And his later years before he died, he had he was in pretty mentally bad shape towards the last year or 2 or 3, and had a woman that would come in, take care of him, his needs and so forth. Well, he deeded all the farmland and everything to her. Baba fought it and couldn't get a nickel out of him. But this woman got his whole farm and everything that he had. But she was conniving. I mean, he wasn't mentally stable anymore. I don't know how old he was, but he wasn't mentally stable, and she had her way with him and had him sign the papers and everything. She got everything, and the family got nothing.